I was gonna say boo, but what do you mean chud maxing? We're not even chud maxing today. Also, let me. There we go. There we go. We need some music. We're not even chud maxing today. We're drawing today. Bruh. Anyway, our goal is to do at least these two if we can. We're gonna take it slow. I am still very groggy. We're always chud maxing on the stream. Speak for yourself, man. Speak for yourself. But today, we're gonna do at least these two. If we can get this one in, we'll get it in. That's what she said. But anyway, we'll see what we can do. But I think this one... Oh, there's so many memes you can do that one. I think we're gonna do the workout one first, because this one... I need to figure out how I'm gonna do it. I need to find the, like, meme again. Because I kind of want to, like... actually paint it, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I'm unsure. So we're gonna go easy first. So that way, if I hate it, it's okay. It's alright. It's not a big deal. I also have not warmed up at all. So we'll see how this goes. There's a chance I start doing this and I realize, like, my mistakes in life. But yeah, hopefully we return to chud maxing soon. I do want to finish that game, or at least continue it a little bit to see where it goes. It has to get better, right? Like, there's no way. It has to get better. Maybe I'm Kobe. I think I'm Kobe. I probably am Kobe. Also, starting with hands is diabolical. I should have started with the cat. 5 seconds and an array for greater decisions. Oh, I hate hands! We don't need hands, do we? We could just live without them. This goes underneath. Like, it has to. How did I draw this hand? What was I doing? What was I thinking? Okay, yeah, just go underneath. They kidnapped you? Damn. Wait, if they had a car and they wanted to get an oil change, why couldn't they take themselves? I am wondering about that. But enjoy your coffee! I have tea. I have rose tea. Rose black tea. I'm really excited for that. Although I am waiting a second because I just brushed my teeth. That's what happens when you take a long nap and miss everything you're supposed to do. Bree, hello! Ah, they don't speak English. I see. That's fair. It's okay if it's not perfect. Yeah, I need to remember that. It's alright. Hands suck. We don't need hands. Next time, ask for 2 coffees. Ask for, like, a better drink. But they ain't gonna do it next time. I mean, come on, let's be honest. I'm not going to. But she got excited. Okay, you know what? I kind of get that. It is scary when you're learning a language, or you're like very in the beginning of the language. Why is she messaging me right now? Sorry, my mom's like messaging me. It's past her bedtime. She's sending me memes, which is not a good sign. It's okay if the hand's a little fucked up. It's alright. Things don't have to be perfect. I remember that. Okay, so that's this digit, and that's okay. That's the tip of the... Oh, that is horrendous. Okay, maybe not that messed up. We do the knuckles first, because that's easier. Why is there this? Okay, we have to adjust that. I think it's meant to do that. Okay. There we go. Is my drawing tablet far from my mic? I have to move the mic over. I can move it a little bit over. It's probably a bit lower than usual because I have to turn away from it. Hunter, welcome in. So I have an L-shaped desk. And like if I turn this way is my like typical screen and everything. And then this way is my tablet. You're in college? Congratulations! Nerd! Hello! How you doing, man? Are you actually like off work or are you working as if like you're actually just here? Because with you it could be either or. You're at work? Oh, I see. Is it one of those days? Okay, we're gonna adjust the hand for sure. But then again, like the weird angle, it's fine. Wouldn't it be? Ah, fuck it. We ball! We ball! Not much happening, thankfully. Yay, nothing's on fire this time. That's a low bar. But one that your job continuously fails to clear. Bum, 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 bum. I don't like how this finger looks, but quite frankly, it's a meme. It's a meme. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I have to remember that. I get so enthralled and like, oh, this needs to look perfect, but like half the time people won't notice, and like the other half, you gotta let things go. You gotta keep trying. If you get stuck on one thing, you're not gonna learn. It's better to do like thousands of the one thing than get stuck on one and barely learn. So we're gonna move on. Ooh. It's crashing. Also, jobs in college, that's a headache. Good luck, man. Having a balance is horrible. Is she still messaging me? Okay, I'm gonna... I don't know why my mom's insomnia has been acting up. We'll figure that out later. Everyone wish mommers a good sleep. There we go. Me too! I think it's a double, because like even if it's part-time, yeah, you get the money, but there's a lot of stressors. And like, I don't know, man. It depends on what you're studying as well and what year you're in. Because like maybe freshman year is like not too bad. But once you get to higher levels, you're struggling more. And your assignments are taking more time, that... No, that was ugly. I don't know why I kept that. Because I know a lot of people grade suffer because, I mean, you want to have a social life, you want to have that. No! Don't do that! Okay, look, nerd, 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 nerd. It worked for you. It, like, somehow worked for you. Let's not have others repeat that, because it usually does not work out. And it worked for you because you're a psychopath who's like, you know what? I'm gonna go into a difficult job that requires labor and put in 70 hours a week. You got that because, like... No. No! Punchy! Dude, don't. Punchy. No. Punchy, in the nicest way possible. You will kill yourself in your country if you try to do that. So, no. I don't think that's Punchy's issue. I think he's too tempted to drop out. Look, man, look. College is not the route for everybody. And I'm not gonna be like, that person's like, oh yeah, it's gonna solve all your issues. No, but like... You do usually have a leg up. Yeah, I feel like that's what most people... Yeah. You kind of have to learn from YouTube and like games and actually learn from classes, as horrible as it sounds. And I wish that wasn't the case. Some fields study... No, I think it's not necessarily a field of study. It depends a lot on the professor and their willingness to teach and how good they are at it. But the thing is, you can learn some chemical engineering. You can learn... So, not necessarily the entire degree, but a lot of the times what anybody ends up doing is, if they don't understand a concept, they look it up on YouTube, and that's how you start learning. That's how you kind of get around that. If somebody told me, like, yeah, I had to get my supplementary things from YouTube, and that's how I passed this class, I'd be like, yeah, that makes total sense. Now, should YouTube be the only thing you use? Absolutely not. Because that's how you're gonna struggle. Oh no, full on replacing it, I mean, most courses aren't gonna go well for that. Nerd, you know what? I don't think I can legally say what you were doing. I think in the nicest way possible, that's the least interesting stuff you've built. And that's all I'm gonna say for both your and my safety. Actually, that sounds worse. Nerd is questionable, but not that questionable. I'll leave it at that. Oh, man. Before I get both of us in trouble. But yeah, that's like the least interesting stuff. Brie, what do you mean by dolphin emulators? Nerd, that's still probably not the most concerning thing. That's still probably not the most concerning thing, and you probably should not advertise that. You have a wife and child. You need to make sure that they're safe too, man. Do not advertise stuff like that. No, that's too low. Flippers? What are you going on about? The cannon was dismantled a long time ago? Okay, good. It's probably for the best. As much as I know you probably miss it. Oh, let's put this back. Okay. We're getting there. Oh, okay. You have one, of course you do. I'm not shocked. Honestly, I don't want to know what Nerd has and what Nerd can build if he was given the resources. It terrifies me. If there was a mad scientist in my life, it would be Nerd. And I'm very glad that he didn't get into bioengineering or something like that. Because I can only imagine how bad that would have been. Oh, it has a picture of a dolphin. That's why you thought it was a dolphin. That's fair. Yeah, I know nothing about that. You know what? I'm not shocked you do. But honestly, I'm glad you've downgraded. For, like, the safety of everyone around you. Because honestly, if anybody ever told me, like, hey, if there's somebody in your family and your friend group that would just end up getting, like, murdered, I'd be like, oh, Nerd and his family. Yeah, he probably does something stupid. And it would be a tragedy, don't get me wrong, but, like, yeah. The fact that you have that. Mudrock, welcome in! The fact that you need to have, like, a big X. I'm not shocked, but the fact that you do. I would 100 accidentally. Accidentally. Nah. Your syntax was already getting your own desk mat. Congratulations, man. I'm glad you bought that for the both of us. Welcome in, Ethel. Bruh. You know what? I think you talked briefly how you don't have life insurance or something like that. Quite frankly, maybe that's for the best because, like, they're gonna deem it your responsibility. Nah. You get yourself a nice drink with that. Yeah! You mean during the war? Like... I know, okay, here's the thing, Brie. Blowing things up is not that hard. But Nerd isn't in a war. He's just there, being a silly little guy. He's living his day-to-day life. Yeah, and that's what worries me. It's the fact that it's harder. And he's like, heh, let's see what this does. And he's not even doing anything nefarious. He's just accidentally gonna get himself killed. Which, I mean, in a way, congratulations, brother. It was accidental. Maybe I shouldn't call you out like that, but congratulations, man! This actually gonna go down a little more. Gotta go? Oh, man. Look, man, as long as you're alive, it's fine. You have a good day at work, man. Yes or no? Yes. Yes, we're doing that. Oh, I'm gonna have to make shoes. Oh, that's my dread. Okay. Let me... First of all, we're gonna lower this to line art's thinner. And this further away. And really quickly, before I continue this, I am gonna get a reference. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. If we're gonna have the workout fit, I have to remember what the workout fit looked like. And it went a little lower. Around here. You don't want the... What do you mean fake workout enjoy? You know, actually, I shouldn't talk about that. We're gonna... Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna pretend that nothing was gonna be said. Also, weren't you supposed to go to the gym today? And you slept through that? Yeah, we're drawing! Look at it, Ren! Okay, we have the little hip dips here. That's what I was trying to remember, exactly where the hip dips go. You did go? Oh, psychopath. I thought you slept like the entire time. I think the bottom... Okay. Very little lining. You don't have proof of that? Uh-huh. Bye, Ethel! Thank you for stopping by! And no worries, if you can't, I appreciate you just stopping by in general. Yeah, because here's the thing you guys don't know. I actually designed an entire, like, workout outfit for my VTuber. And then I did nothing with it. Which I probably should have, but you know what? It's been, like, nearly 2 years. I mean, technically I did the opening scene. Oh, now I remember why I didn't do anything with it. Because, like, all the, like, streaming stuff was getting strict about it, and it showed a lot of hip. And I was like, am I gonna get in trouble with this? And so then I just never did. Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. Okay, there we go. a few times I remember the hair going in the front. Although a lot of the times, like, I just don't want to draw it, I'm not gonna lie. But it's hair, you can always push that back. I may have to fix the leg a little bit. Okay. There we go. Yay, we get some abs. Oh, I have the shoes. Although, like, the temptation just pixelate it. Oh, I have... Oh, flipping? Yeah, I can explain a little bit. So, there's a few different reasons why you want to go ahead and flip your artwork. So, first of all, part of it is me drawing. So, especially right now that I'm drawing on stream, I'm trying to make sure that, like, I can easily talk to the mic and make sure that I can go ahead and not have, like, my VTuber die as much or anything like that. So, angles that I can easily do, I can kind of figure out, but I may want to turn my tablet if, for example, like, oh, I'm going to cover up right now exactly, Jared, welcome in, where the camera is, or my mic, I might knock into it. So I'm gonna flip that. That's like practical reason, but there's also another reason why you want to go ahead and flip the image. It can let you know a little bit of errors you're doing. So like right here, oh, that looks a little weird when I flipped it. Okay, I need to go ahead and flip and fix the leg. And then, obviously, this is an exaggerated drawing because of the perspective. So it's okay if it's a little bit wonky. But, here, let's see. This one might be a little bit weird with the face. I can see here, oh, it looks a little bit odd with the nose and everything. So maybe I have to adjust that, move the chin a little bit forward. So instead of it being this angle, it might have to be more of a this angle. That way it doesn't look as odd. And I can go back and forth and see how it looks. One thing that happens when you're drawing is your eyes kind of make it look right, even if it does not look 100% right. It's why it's recommended that you get up and like walk away every now and then from an artwork, so that way you can go ahead and see it with fresh eyes. You can see exactly what's wrong, if you had some errors that you kind of just got accustomed to when you were doing the initial drawing process. Now, flipping kind of forces you to do it where you see with fresh eyes because you see the angles off. So like right now that I flipped it, I can tell, oh, this part of the chest is much smaller than this part of the chest. So either I have to make this side bigger or this side smaller. And I'm going to go with this side smaller. But that kind of helps a lot where, yeah, recalibrating, that's a good way to put it. Where it stops your brain from just accepting that, oh, that looks right, and actually forcing you to see it. Because even if you see weird things, your brain will start to adjust it and be like, oh, that's normal. That looks exactly how it's supposed to. But yeah, there's a few different reasons why artists do it. Both for the sake of their hand and their wrist. Exactly. To detecting errors. Because at the end of the day as well is you want to make sure you're comfortable while you're drawing. That way you draw for as long as possible. And I don't mean in one session, I mean in life. Because once you fuck up your wrist, you fuck up your wrist. To other ones where it's just more your brain needs to recalibrate after just being used to that. But yeah, if you see me flipping every now and then, chances are, like right here, I'm gonna turn it more because it's easier for my wrist to do this than it would have been to do that. And now everyone's gonna be a little bit different. Just find what's most comfortable for you. It's also getting me to try to have good posture when I'm drawing, which I don't always have. Quite frankly, I very rarely do. But we need to get better about that. Yeah, so now the chest looks a little bit better. It's not perfect, but quite frankly, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nah. We don't want a shrimp max. Actually, in games, it's... How do I describe it? When I'm streaming games, I usually have a kind of a goblin squat going on. Right now, I'm crisscross applesauce in my chair. But, oh man, it's a good thing. It's a good thing I'm a VTuber and not a titty streamer. Because if I was a titty streamer, I'd be like, eh! And just weird postures! It would have been bad! Oh man. Oh, I gotta do shoes. Okay, we're gonna do the rest first. Because I really don't want to do shoes! Why did I do that to myself? Oh well. It's okay, we gotta draw it. If we don't draw it, we don't get used to it. If we don't get used to it, we don't get better. So it sucks in the moment, but it'll be worth it. One guy! How you doing, man? I'm doing pretty good. So I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your day gets better. And if today doesn't get better, I hope tomorrow is. Thank you! honestly, considering it's a meme, it's okay if the face isn't perfect. To be fair, one thing that I'm trying to accept is that, like, rendering is usually more important than anything else. You can make the, like, anatomically worst artwork, but if you know how to render it, you're in the clear. Different type of rendering. You're talking about 3D rendering versus 2D rendering. Rendering, what I'm talking about is more how you shade, how you color, how you use color theory and all that other stuff, versus rendering in Blender, which is a different beast. Yeah, we're talking two separate things. So like here, Ren, you asked me the flipping. This looked fine a second ago, but the second I flipped it, I noticed this goes way too low. It should go higher. And I wouldn't have noticed that otherwise. I would have left it having that low angle. But it's little things like that that you can notice much easier because you flipped it. Oh, would I do that? That is horrendous. And once again, does not have to be perfect, because quite frankly, I need to let go of all those little details. I cannot seek out perfection. I did nap enough. I actually feel rested, which I am surprised. It took me a long time to get out of bed afterwards, and I was like, ugh. But now that I've eaten, I feel good. My, like, pain is low, which is great. Medicine is working great. I'm doing phenomenal right now. I'm glad we didn't do Chud maxing game. I'm glad we drawing. Alright. Alright. Yee! I have both tea and I have a water. And then later I am gonna have agua de piña. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. How about you? Did you sleep well enough? I hope you're doing well, Phantom. Before I do this one, what I'm gonna do, just make sure, yeah, this is good. Is create. A better outline of the foot. Not the best, but whatever. Because that is gonna bother me otherwise. Not be perfect, but a little bit better than like wah, wah, wah. Okay. Hopefully that's enough of guidance. Alright, we ball! What game universe would you choose to comfortably live in? Oh, that's a hard one. Cause like, all my favorite games, if you're living in there, life ain't fun. Cause like, you're not doing great in Arknight's universe. You're not doing great in Kingdom Hearts. Like, there's gonna be some suffering. Like, the most comfy game that I can think of is Slime Rancher. And I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm built for that life. You know what? Creature Kitchen. We get to just, like, feed entities. Oh, God. I think Creature Kitchen is, like, my best choice right now that I can think of game-wise. Probably because it's fresh in my mind. But, like, I feed little guys. And I'm just happy. And worst case scenario, they get spooked by me. And then, like, at the end of the day, we share marshmallows together. The creature feature, exactly. But I think that's the only good choice, because there's so many other ones that I'm like, ooh, that. Bad decisions. What do I think about the new Kingdom Hearts? Okay, so Panda, welcome in! In case you guys don't know, there was a Kingdom Hearts that was canceled. And I was so hyped for that one that I was like, I'm not gonna hype myself up for anything else. However, I am very excited for Kingdom Hearts 4. I do think it would have hit harder if we've gotten the other one first. We are getting a show, but at the same time, like, it's not the same. So, bittersweet. I am very, very excited. I'm trying to keep my expectations low. They got too high in Kingdom Hearts 3. And I was disappointed. We're not making that mistake again. So, that's where we're at. Alright, I'm just gonna... Dizzy Panda. I guess Spinda. There you go. That's currently where I'm at. I don't want to get too excited. I saw what happened last time. I think there's potential. But potential is where we're leaving at. Yeah, that was absolutely a Spinda. I will comment after I've played it. Which there is a chance that I just vanish for like 4 days straight. Got Thanos'd. Horrible shoe, but whatever. We're living with it. How does it look? You know what? I need to fix that. So one thing as well, when it comes to line art, you can tell when something's not made confidently. And you gotta just be confident about your lines, because otherwise people will know. And it'll stand out more because it's not confident. If you ever want to hide a mistake, be confident about it. Because Thanos doesn't- he's stupid, man! He's dumb! He saw a crisis, and instead of going at the source of the crisis, he's like, ho 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 ho, we're just gonna snap half of everything. Yeah, chances are you made ahead and like went into an ecological collapse. Because the truth is, it's not parallel. You don't need 2 deer for 1 wolf. Chances are you need a lot more deer for 1 wolf. So you just destroyed so much ecology that it's like devastated to the environment. Don't even want to get started on pollinators, because pollinators, then you're gonna have a huge issue. Sorry, he pisses me off. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. He's so dumb. Movie Thanos makes no sense to me. Comic Thanos is the funniest thing to me, because like he just destroys a guy's life just because. Let's remove the little... No, we'll make it one of those that like has the wrap. I don't want to do shoelaces, I feel like that's too many details. This solves it. There's so much that would have been like caused more issues by destroying half the population. Or planes and stuff, you just killed more than half the population. Like, he's not thinking things through. He's not really solving the issue. He's causing more devastation. And that's the entire flaw of Thanos is... the world wouldn't go on like normal, period. And I don't even mean that in a like, oh, everyone's gonna be sorrowful. No, I mean that in a sense of like, chances are a lot of people are gonna die because of this mistake. Especially if you leave it up to chance like he did. Yeah, do you know how many pilots probably vanished? And there's no way that it wasn't just like, oh, each plane made sure to have each, like 2 pilots. So 1 pilot vanished and the other one was fine. No! I know for a fact that's not how that works. Because it was random. I know there were multiple planes where both of them vanished and then multiple planes that nothing happened. Do you know how many crashes probably occurred as well? Oh, passengers, that's not even what I'm concerned about. Like, passengers probably sucks. But, like, the pilots themselves, now you don't have just half of that entire, like, plane going. That entire plane is dead. And that's like if they don't crash into anything. Because if they crash into something, it's over. That's even more people. And we're talking about, like, extremes now. The truth is, entire environments gonna collapse because half the species in general are required. Then there's gonna be some species that no longer survive. That's a jump. I don't know if I trust the Joker more. That one is a jump, because, like, it's the Joker. The Jonkler might do some stupid stuff. It depends who's writing him. You see, I think Thanos is just a dumbass. Joker would intentionally make sure as many people died as possible. But at the same time, there were people to live through the devastation. It's not perfect, but whatever, we take it. Now, Thanos did not think it through. And quite frankly, I don't think he ever did want to. Because he's so gung-ho about being right that he wouldn't listen to anybody. Okay, we can delete this. You know what? I'll shove you in here. Into a locker you go. Now, I don't understand Thanos as a villain. I'll be honest. He makes no sense to me. He is the Karen of, like, supervillains. You're not fully wrong in that. Yeah, though, that's what I'm saying, one guy, because, like, so you're killing half of all species. Some species, if you decimate half their populations, they're gonna be cornerstone creatures that's gonna basically destroy everything as well. And he'd probably see that as, like, well, it's survival of the fittest. But that makes no sense to me. Because you do have balance, and he's talking all about balance, but the truth is, we do have a lot of balance. Well, my people starve, blah, 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 blah. As fucked up as it sounds, that kind of sounds a little bit like the world was already balancing that. Thank you! Welcome in, Roy! I don't know. Maybe I'm too salty, but he was just too conceited. Because it seemed like the world really was balanced. Does it suck that your entire family went through that? Yes. Are there other ways to solve that? Yes. Yeah, it was survival of the lucky ones. And I know that was part of the entire thing. He wanted luck to play a part. I don't know. I need to fix that really quickly because if not, it's gonna bug me. So here's another thing as well. When you're drawing from reference of the picture, don't always draw what you see, because sometimes it's wrong. And that sounds weird, but pictures flatten things and it makes sense in our brain, but it doesn't necessarily make sense in an artwork. What if Sin has a gauntlet? I mean, if I had it, I probably would make everyone healthier. That would be my goal. Both mentally and physically. Make all the husbands zero. You're not wrong! How many times have you been drawing? How long have you been drawing? A long, long time. I actually can't count. Your dog isn't evil, your dog is good. Over a decade? Yeah, over a decade. Oh, for sure over a decade. Hey, welcome in! Punch dog. I hope you're doing a good, you're having a good day. Dude, everyone gets rock hard abs. I still have a long way to go though. I'm not gonna lie, there's still a lot more that I want to do. But that's part of why you keep drawing, so you get better. But thank you. I will say it has been on and off though. It's been 6 months? That's okay. That's alright. Welcome back. You don't have to watch consistently. Enjoy the time that you are here. I hope you've been doing well. Okay. And then we have white. Which I do find it funny. The work outfit has more white than the regular fit. And we'll add details there in a second. Something keeps disconnecting. I'm not sure what. Yo! I hope it goes well. Persona is always good. You guys saw the Persona collab with Arknights coming out? And thankfully, Persona 3, not end of service Persona 5. So we're not concerned? No end of service collab? I'm so excited. Okay, this one is that. So let's go ahead and put one over. I'm really excited for it. Then we have kind of like a lime green, which I actually really like. I really need to make this fit. I need to like stop being lazy about it and figure out how to make it work. No syntax! Aether, you didn't have to! You were supposed to be gone! What are you doing, man? Okay, it's all the way at the bottom. safe! I was supposed to be safe! Ooh, that's gonna be really good. No, you don't do that. The collab, you have like about 6-7 months for 6-7. You have about 6 or 7 months for that. But there is a very tight schedule. So we have the upcoming redacted altar, which we're not gonna go ahead and spoil because some people have managed to keep it like that. Then we have the new Monster Hunter collab a month after that or so. And right after that, for those of you who did not get to do it or didn't get everybody, we have the old Monster Hunter rerun. Then we have another altar. And then we have the other collab with Persona 5. And there's gonna be a few different things in there as well. So it's gonna be a schedule. It's a crazy schedule, man. Very excited. I am doing my best to save as much as I can, because whew, that's gonna be a tough one. Is the collab before or after? I believe it's gonna be a month after the Calcip banner. Too bad. Too bad, Lich. Welcome in. Go work out. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say the last surprise. No, no, no. Yeah. That is if we follow the same order, which usually we do. We've only like fallen off of that order a couple of times. But we'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, I need to spark Exo Altar. So I'm doing my best to save so much. I think they're compensating because it's so tight. Yeah, and then we have the other altar, which I'm trying to like keep on the download for those of us who are trying to keep it secret. And then we have the P3 collab. So definitely a tight schedule. Free to play and shambles. I probably should pull up the reference. Indie Cross? What is this? Let's see. No, I do not. Yeah, you saved a lot, man. I have a lot less than that. You know what? Let's go ahead and make this all. I'm gonna trust the process a little bit. I have nowhere near that amount. I think I'm at 60K? Oh wait, no, I have that amount. What I'm talking about. and like 243 or something like that of the gold. Oh yeah, that's what everyone was talking about, Lich. For 6 months, we're gonna have like a horrible time with the entire reruns and everything. I have no idea how it's gonna work. Like, are we just not gonna have anything? Because they haven't announced that. We're just gonna have to wait to see how it's going. Unless they have a contract where they can rerun the same thing as well. Yeah, say them as much as you can. I usually don't, but I started buying the certs at the store. And I have like so many, what's it called? Of the yellows that I started just buying them. And I have like 1,000 something recruitment stuff, so I'm trying to do that. So get as many 4-stars as possible to like exchange it. Like even me, who I do the monthly card, I'm a bit nervous. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm not concerned about the limited ones, because the limited ones are going to have a new limited. That's not an issue at all. What they might do is they might just introduce new characters at the time. And there's no reruns, it's just new characters, which might be a bit hard. Yes, 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 yes. New design, new design. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. They might actually have permission for a collab rerun. Because, I mean, if they planned ahead, they probably can't do it for the second Monster Hunter. Or, like, not the second, the first one. But they might be able to do it for the second Monster Hunter. And for the first Persona one, if they get the correct permits for that. But, like, that's if they thought ahead. And that's if that was an agreement. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I know that's everyone's concern right now. Is like, what's gonna happen during those 6 months? Unless they have like another collab coming up. Oh, that's really cool. Has been drawn and is in 2D. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't watch as many animated like online series, like indie series, as much as I used to. That's my main thing. I'm gonna make this very painterly because I don't want to actually go into the nuances of painting metal. Because holy, people who can paint metal, absolutely nutty. Also absolutely not me. So we're just gonna go very lightly. You're okay. If you do want to type in Spanish, I actually speak Spanish. So you're more than welcome to. Whatever is easier for you. Pen tablet recommendations for drawing? Okay, so I'm probably not the best one. I got mine a long time ago, and I do have a Wacom Cintiq, which I know is not necessarily the most affordable thing for most people. So what I do, I have two main tablets. Yeah, I have a Cintiq. Cintiq 24 actually. So I use an iPad to draw and sketch whenever I like want to be on the go, which once again is not necessarily the most affordable thing for everyone. I did start off with an Intuos, but once again, Wacom. That's why I don't think I'm the most qualified. I was lucky enough where I can get those, but I understand that those are kind of outrageously priced for a lot of people. So I apologize for that. And I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the Wacom sometimes. I feel like there's a few other ones that are a bit better and more affordable now. But like, mine is old. And I'm still very thankful for it, don't get me wrong. Yeah, so main thing that I would recommend checking whenever you're getting into a tablet and everything is two things. One, is she gonna have a PC setup? Does she want to draw on the go? Does she want to draw wherever she's at, or is she okay just drawing whenever she's at her computer? Because if you're gonna get a computer, that you can just get a pen tablet, which she'll have to get used to looking at the actual desktop screen or laptop screen or whatever you have, and then you can go ahead and like get used to looking at that and not drawing it. However, if you want her to get more accustomed to a display tablet, for example, buying a normal tablet and a stylus is great. Procreate is an amazing program. I highly recommend it for any art. It's $10 or $20, something like that, in the App Store, which I know, once again, is not affordable for everybody. However, it's much more affordable than, let's say, the, like, Clip Studio Paint Pro or whatever it is, where that can get incredibly pricey. I would kind of look into whatever programs are available if you do get a tablet, because if you don't get an Apple tablet, I'll be honest, I got an Apple tablet because of Procreate, and I knew I was going to be using it mostly for that, so that way if I'm not feeling well or if I'm on the go, I can draw wherever I'd like, which is ideal for me. But some people also just prefer drawing wherever they like on paper and then like getting back home and having a normal tablet. Let me see what tablet that is. Wacom. Yeah, the CTL is honestly one of those different tablets you want to think about. She's really good. Okay, that's not necessarily what will concern you. She can be a great artist. However, there is a learning curve when it comes to learning on a tablet versus learning on paper. And it's something that takes a while. So you do want to know how she prefers to draw, and it's okay. You might want to talk to her about it, figure out if she wants to carry this around with her. Not only that, another thing you want to make sure you're thinking about is how safe it is for her to carry it around with her. Is she going to areas that maybe she's more likely to get robbed, or is she going to areas where, oh, you'll never have to have any issues? Is she doing anything that makes it more likely to get broken, like if she rides a motorcycle or anything? Unfortunately, her crashing or anything like that, even if she's safe, that tablet might break, versus at home, it might stay there all the time. Cool, welcome in! So all those different things I would take into consideration. Because you do want to make sure that if she has this, it's not something that it doesn't work for her. And that's something that you may want to talk to her about. If she got a tablet, would she prefer a pen display? Would she prefer something where it's a bit better and has better pressure, but at the same time it doesn't have the pen? It doesn't have the display, I mean. Yeah, and that's why I can't really give a recommendation. I feel like tablets are very personalized to everybody. Everyone will have their favorite. Ooh, that's not the color. This one? Yeah. But yeah, find out a little bit more about what she's looking for and what she wants to do. Also, find out for you, how much are you willing to invest at this moment? Because it might be something where you're like, okay, it's still a hobby for her. I do want to get this a little bit cheaper. Or it might be a situation of, I can see her doing this long term. So I want to make sure to invest in something that like is going to work for a really long time. Yeah, exactly. So for that, you do want to be careful about that. Look at reviews, see what other people say. If you can on YouTube see how people are actually recommending it and everything, that's also going to help. Honestly, learn right now just traditional. A lot of the fundamentals will go ahead and go over to you knowing digital. Color theory, well, painting itself does change and you have to readapt how you're painting stuff. Color theory still applies. Rendering still applies. Shapes and forms and all that still applies on both of them. It's more getting accustomed to drawing on a screen versus paper and getting used to all of that. Try Intuos. Wacom though, Wacom is pretty good at having different pen pressures. Now that being said, like I said, I have had the Cintiq for a while. It was an investment that I made. I think it was worth it for me. But it is one of those things that you might want to look at. Not only that, I do know that Wacom now has more affordable pen displays. What the heck? So let me look at the products really quickly. Yeah, they have the Wacom 1 and everything, which I still don't know a lot about. It might not be a bad thing. It is a great brand, but the only downside is it's a very pricey brand. Because Wacom's got Huion, or however you pronounce it. I do hear good things about. I have no first-hand experience. X-Pen? Let me see X-Pen. X-Pen does seem very affordable. I don't know much about it, but once again, look into it, look at reviews. It has good reviews from what I can see. Go on YouTube, see kind of what people are saying. That way you can figure out exactly if it works for you and everything. And as well, you might want to sit down with your sister and everything. What you could do as well is give her a few different options so that way she can choose from that. And she's more satisfied with it. X-Pen Deco was fun, was on your list for a while? Well, there's someone who recommends it. And I'm sorry I can't give more advice on that. I can give you a lot of advice on how finding it, but brands themselves, I'm not gonna lie, I am very spoiled and lucky to have a Cintiq, so it is one of those things where my issues with it sometimes are very superficial. They don't compare to issues where other tablets and everything. So for example, the downside of having an iPad is a lot of tablets that aren't made for artwork. So for example, that, or just what's it called? An Android or Samsung tablet may be good where they have good pressure sensitivity if you buy a good pen for it. But they do have limits on layers. And they have limits on things like that where if I have a good DPI, I'm gonna have a limited amount of layers that I can do drawing with, which may be an issue with that. Yeah, of course. I hope I was able to help a little bit. But that is also something to see. If she's gonna have something that's always portable, she may have to deal with the fact that she'll have less layers. And that depends a lot on how some people like to work. Right now, I'm on technically layer 136 on this entire thing because I like doing everything on separate layers. It's not the best for me if I'm going to be doing a big artwork or if I'm going to be doing a lot of artworks, since it is one of those things where it's limiting. And I'll figure it out. I'll combine things I don't have to, or I'll reduce the DPI and everything. Oh, iPads are great for drawing, don't get me wrong. But it is something that you do have to adjust yourself. There are some cons to it. iPads are great, but you'll have limited amount of layers if you want high DPI. Now, that being said, if you have bad RAM, you're also going to have limited layers on things like Procreate, on Clip Studio or Photoshop or even Paint Tool Sci because your computer can't run that much. But it depends a lot on all the other specs as well. Mostly do like characters. That still affects it. I will say if she ever wants to get into, let's say, making VTubers or something, let me give you an example of that. That would be a situation where I would highly recommend her having something where she can sit down at a PC and not necessarily travel with it. OMG, no! I'm just giving an example. But the reason I say that is because that's going to require a lot of layers. That's generally a crazy amount of layers. Yeah, but at the same time, you can make good money with it. So it is one of those things where, do you want to invest in that? Do you want to consider that? You would be surprised how many layers like simple drawings can take depending on what type of artwork you're making. And it also depends on your process, because I've seen some crazy artists who can do everything in one layer. Me? I could never. But there are some artists that baffle me. They're like, yeah, I did 2 layers and this is the entire thing. And I'm like, holy shit. Oh my god, dude. I have no idea how you did that. That's insane. So it's all about considering all those different things, what she wants to do, how her process works. That being said, if she is starting off with those limitations, the good news is she'll get used to those limitations. She'll be like, oh, okay, I only have 20 layers to draw on. I'll figure it out. If you're spoiled and then adjust it to the other way, so like me who went from Syntec to an iPad whenever I was on the go, I was like, ooh, yeah, no. They're probably where would have a lot of layers. Yeah. Now that being said, you can just, if she'd ever decide to do that, she could just be point blank and say cutting isn't involved with that. There are some ways to get around that, but it is going to get more difficult with clients and everything. It's just a lot to consider. And I'm sorry if it's a lot of information I'm giving you. Oh, I found the artwork and or the reference. Here we go. Okay. Now get back to drawing because I need to go ahead and continue this. It's so good! Hi Taylor! It's one of my favorite things that we have in the server. hope you're having a good day, by the way. I forgot to say that. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get to the other one. I think we're gonna have to do the other one another day. And I apologize for that, you guys. I know, how dare I? This one, that's too gray tone. Here, you know what? Let's take this one, go down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And we're just gonna do cell shading because, quite frankly, I cannot be bothered. I say as I'm about to blur this out because it bothers me. Semi-cell shading. Now I'm gonna try to at least start the other one. Oh, I hate that. I hate the coloring. No, we might go with flats and then later on deal with that. Yeah, I might leave it like that for now. And then like go back to it. Because I do want to get started on this little guy a little bit. So we're gonna at least get started on him. We'll see how much we do. Yes, I did. We actually discussed it a little while ago. I am excited for it. But trying to stay calm about it. Gonzo, welcome in! What was this cat's name again? Here it is. Okay. Now this one, I'm gonna try to get a fluffier pen. No, I'm gonna, okay, here's the thing, Taylor. Rigby, thank you! I got very, 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 very excited when Kingdom Hearts 3 was finally announced, and it just kept building up over time to the point that it was never gonna build up to what I had in my head, if that makes sense. So, with that being said, I am having low expectations. What happens, happens. If it sucks, at least I had low expectations. Yeah, I don't want to overhype again. Not after last time. So, I am staying calm. Not only that, especially right after we got a canceled project for Kingdom Hearts not too long ago. I don't think they're gonna cancel this one. Especially with it being out so soon. But at the same time, I also don't want to find out that. Exactly, I don't want to get slammed with my own expectations. Because Kingdom Hearts 3... I'll be honest, it probably wasn't as bad as I remember it. It probably was okay. But it was just so disappointed at the time that I was very unhappy with the entire situation. Yeah, very few games that it sounds horrible, but I don't get hyped for games anymore because of Kingdom Hearts 3. And it sounds really bad, but I try to keep my expectations really low. Since, like, then if I'm happy with it, I'm surprised. It's great. But if I'm disappointed in something, it's like, oh, whatever. Well, at least I wasn't hyped up for it. And I don't know. In a way, it's a little sad, but it's what you gotta do sometimes. New Metro? I actually haven't seen much about it. There's a lot of games I have wish listed, but there's none that I'm like, oh my god, I can't. There's one game I'm excited for. There's one game I'm excited for, and it's an H game. So my expectations for that game are very different than it would be for like a AAA or like even a normal game. I have certain expectations for that game. They're all down bad. But that's the only game that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm like, oh yeah, that I can look forward to. Hades 2? I still need to play Hades 1. I actually have Hades 1. It's been like on the backlog to stream for a long time. And I probably should take advantage right now. Sin After Dark is usually playing in Marvel Rivals. Look, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I will play H games, like, straight up, not caring. The amount of you guys who caught me playing, what was it, Kaiju Princess or whatever it's called? And called me out for it, like, look, man, it just happens. It just happens, okay? It's just part of what happens. But, like, it's a good game. Yeah, Kaiju Princess. Exactly! Anubis knows what I'm talking about. I still need to get number 2. Number 2 came out and I still haven't played it. I need to keep an eye on that one. I don't care! You guys can see it! Who cares? I'm not a pussy! I like these games! Exactly. You ask them if it's fun. You ask how the graphics are. There was one. What was it called? One second. Let me check my Steam. Okay, if you guys want to go ahead and play an H game that also has, like, it's a really good game and it's a solid game on its own, play Flipwitch. Absolutely play Flipwitch. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend. It's a very easy game, I'm not gonna lie. But play Flipwitch. Maybe, mayhaps. Like, that was a solid game. I recommend it. Honey Pop is, it's okay. That's what I'm thinking about, right? Yeah, for me it was alright. Let me see really quickly, which is considered, that does not happen. I do hate the, like, sexual content entire tag on Steam. Glory and Misery Survivors is good when you just want to turn off your brain. Kaiju Princess is good graphics, pretty solid. Last Evil has, like, graphics aren't the best, but it is a roguelike. That was abandoned. That was abandoned. That's the downside as well. It's like there's so many games that just get abandoned. No, the one that I am looking forward to coming out, which might not come out for a while, is Kaiju Girls. Which is just the back burner for who knows how long. Unfortunately, the artist got sick and has been pretty severely sick for a while, from my understanding. So it might be a minute before we get that one, unfortunately. Honey Pop, I don't know, it just never attracted me. It just wasn't for me. You dub over it? I get it, man. No, for me, I don't care. Like, here's the truth. If I cared about half the things that I was doing on there, I wouldn't be a VTuber. I'm gonna be honest. Like, at least not the type of VTuber I am. But you know what? I don't even think it's... Oh god. I think it's just my personality. Because I have... Oh god. Alright. Sin lore. I made friends with some of the other girls because I just straight up would talk about the hentai I would watch at work. I'd be like, yeah, it was this one. And they're like, oh, that's pretty sweet, man. And apparently, like, that's how you can make friends. Just don't give a shit. But you know what? Maybe if it comes from a guy, it would come off a little creepy. So, I don't know, man. Girls talking about H games, apparently it's chill. Or like, just the rogue in general, apparently it's chill. Yeah, I don't think it worked for you guys. Nerd, hi. Look, man, we're talking about H games, okay? Yeah, but like, you probably can't talk to everybody about that. It just happens. You know what? We're gonna have the fangs inside of the mouth. Instead of just being like little lippies. Honestly, you can find people to talk about it. You just have to have the courage to start. Oh god, maybe that's a horrible, like... That's probably the worst advice that I've given. Orc Massage was abandoned! I'm pissed off about that! We're never gonna get ahead and get the scientists! They abandoned it! I've been waiting for forever! I know, nerd! Psst, psst. Hey, so do you like H games or anything, man? Yeah, I'm very disappointed that it got abandoned. I have it. It's there. I don't think anyone's gonna pick it up. What was the other one? Monster Hunter Island? Monster Girl Island or something like that? That also got abandoned? Imagine starting to I have. Look, man. This is the Nerf version. I'm gonna say it that much. This Sin censors herself more than I used to. Nerd and Effie are probably witnesses to that. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. Yeah, that's all I can say. Yeah, we're toned down. Oh man. MG ebooks? Oh! Yeah, those are good. They're thankfully affordable here. But once again, it is just because it's here. And I did buy them a long time ago. I don't know if they're still the same price. Yeah. They're good. They're fun bucks. We're gonna make the eyebrows a little fluffy too. I will say, I think you can find copies online. I might be wrong about that. But digital versions might be cheaper. But I understand wanting a physical copy. Okay, but some of the slop is kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Third Crisis? I love the slop sometimes. Because it cracks me up. What is this game? Yeah, I understand that. Look, man. No one can, like, really I'll be dead. What are they gonna do? Yell at me for it? Shit, enjoy that fuck. Like, it's good. Have fun. If you don't vibe with it, well, who cares? I'm dead. Okay, I was checking out Neon. Oh my god. I'm so glad that it's not autoplaying the entire... We're gonna look at that later. Yeah. Good characters. Okay, here's the thing. Good character design is a blessing, a curse. Because, like, sometimes there's great character designs, but it's the worst game you can find. Or, like, to put it, like, in one way, it has tags that you wouldn't enjoy, and you're like, oh, this sucks. Like, that's the worst part of all, when you find good art and it doesn't have the themes you like. Exactly! Or another thing as well is, like, when it has good art up until a certain part, and you're like, you haven't practiced drawing certain things, have you? And you get taken out of it for a minute. It's a free block for you usually. Here's the thing. For me, art is so important that I'm like, you know what? Let's give this a shot. And then I'm upset by the end of it because I'm like, you know what? I shouldn't have given it a shot. That's on me. I don't know why I did that. But I did it. I did it anyway because I'm dumb. And I'm like, the art's good. And then you're like, you're not thinking. What are you doing, Sin? Okay, let's start off with a base. We're just gonna base everything. There's the base coat. Another thing I hate is when you find something that's like so good and you're like, oh, this is amazing. You check out the other artist's work, you're like, oh, this is horrendous. You're not caught up on sleep, you gotta sleep more. Yeah, I think that's when it's horrendous, when you're like, you know you found a treasure, but you're never gonna find anything like that again. Yeah, exactly! It's horrible! And you're left wanting more, but you're like, I'm never gonna find that again. You have to move on with your life, because what else is there to do? There's nothing else you can do. Yeah, it's horrible when you do that! No post in 7 years? You're like, okay, maybe I can find their, like, Twitter that was linked at the end of the thing. You go to the Twitter, it's been dead, or it's been, like, deleted. Or you see something of, hey guys, I've quit drawing. They rework it, but it's worse? Ugh. I'm glad we can all be miserable together. I'm not the only one suffering here. Yeah, and then you're like looking forever, you give up, and then like 2 years later you find it, you're like, oh, here's where you've been. No. Oh. And then you have to like go look for the game when it was like up to a certain patch. You're like, this is where I'm staying. Or they completely changed the art style of something. I like how he's just becoming very, very fluffy. This is the fluffiest sinner to ever live. Also the one with the least amount of brain cells. Did you get better animation? They changed everything a character liked. Oh! No! Yeah, favorite artist. Art, that's what we're discussing. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Oh man. And then we're gonna go in with some darks. Let's get darker than that. I'm actually getting really close to whatever this color is. Have that dark there. I'll have it there for his eyes as well. He looks like a little alien. I love how he looks. Oh, he's so dumb. This might be one of my favorite sinners drawn to date. Oh my god, look at him! There may be 0 brain cells, but he makes me very happy. Nah, for me! But there's 0 thoughts, absolutely. You're very silly. For me, it's one of those things where the art has to be good, or it doesn't matter. If the art isn't good, it wasn't worth it. Okay, that color's not bad. Let's go with that color. Like, I know there's some people who are like, the tags are everything. The tags are what matter. No, the art what matters. That's the face I make in a game when I know I'm gonna piss off my friend real. For me, art style is everything. I can put up with some tags I don't like if I know the art style is good, but like even then there's a limit. If it's good, like, we're pushing it. We're pushing the limit a little bit. This part's fluffy too. He's so dumb. I get that, Effie. I understand that 100%. Like, if it's last page, whatever. I can deal with it. We'll move on. I can forget about it. Maybe it'll still land on the favorites, because like 99% of it was good. If it happens page 2, and then it continues for a while, we're done. No, we're back button. We're not continuing this. It just depends a lot on that. When is it? How prominent is it? How long do I have to deal with it? I can't. Nah. I ain't built for that. I ain't built for vanilla. Yeah, that is fair. There are some that I just block. I usually just have them blocked already, because there's like some that I'm like, this just makes me uncomfortable. Might not be bad for practice. Work on that. I think we're actually gonna post him today. Nerd gets me! Nerd gets me! Nah, there's very few vanilla ones that I'm into, but even then, like, I don't think they're actually considered vanilla. I think it's just vanilla compared to what I enjoy. Does that make sense? NTR! Yeah, it depends for me. That's not my go-to, but like, it depends where the story is going. Vanilla's not, you know what, okay, you know what, I can do that, yeah. But it's also like, here's the thing, half the things that happen in H manga and stuff, they're morally wrong. Like, it doesn't mean that people are actually going out there, I mean, there's some people who are doing it, but like, if you're into that, doesn't mean that you have to go and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go do that to somebody, because that's not necessarily what it is. If it is, there's too many girls that like, we're not even getting on that topic. We're not even touching that one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't care, it's a fictional story. Effie knows where my mind was going. We're leaving it there. And a little brighter for the teeth. Probably no one is gonna notice, but that's okay. Do I want to do anything else? You know what? Let's add a little bit more of that gray. Yeah. If it has the better art, you know what? Go for it, man. Go. Let me see how this would look on... You know what? No, I'm not going to. If anybody has light mode on Discord and it doesn't look good, that's a you problem. Because, like, dark mode is superior. We're keeping Cinder Rigby like that. I am gonna change the color of the tongue a little bit though. Lighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I don't trust people who use light mode. Dark red background? Alright, man. Okay, so we're done with this one. I'll probably post on the server. This one I want to work on later. I'm probably gonna work on my own. Maybe we'll come back and like work on that one and this one at the same time. But the important part is Sinner Rigby is set. I will try to do that today. It has been over 2 hours, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and end here for today. Oh no. You know what? Before I go, I did it once where an artist I adore made something cursed. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna read it. And to this day, nothing I've read has been worse than that one. Baffling. Absolutely baffling. There are some tags you shouldn't touch. He was Korean. It was a Korean artist. Oh man. All I'm gonna say is NTR is not the worst tag out there. Not even close. Honestly, fairly vanilla. Maybe that sounds bad, but like, it's a fairly vanilla tag. Remember, there's a lot worse out there. And there's some people with very vivid imaginations. Anyway, we're gonna leave it there. Hi, Say. Good night, Say. As always, guys, don't forget to work out. Have a good sleep. Have a great morning. That's all I can say. Good night. Wee, 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 wee. night, Jared. Good night, Jared. Good night, everyone. I'm sorry for the cursed topics. I can't help myself. Good night.